Hello everyone, welcome to Free Classes for Everyone. In this class, we will learn about India. India is the 7th largest country in the world. If we consider the size of the country, then it stands in the 7th position. So, it is the 7th largest country in the world. Now, let's see the location of India in the map. To find a location of any place, we need to know about the coordinates, latitudes and longitudes. Okay, the place of intersection of these latitudes and longitudes tell us the exact location of a place. So, to know the location of our country, we need to know the latitudes and longitudes. So, if we consider the mainland, what is the meaning of mainland? It means I am not including the islands. I am just measuring the mainland of the country. It is between the latitudes 8 degrees 4 minutes north to 37 degrees 6 minutes north. Okay, see, when the latitudes are written in this form, we have to read them as degrees minutes. If there is any other number, then we have to read it as seconds. So, it will be read like degrees, minutes, seconds. Here, the latitudes are 8 degrees 4 minutes north to 37 degrees 6 minutes north. It is mentioned as north because a country completely lies in the northern hemisphere. Now let's see about the longitudes. It lies between the longitudes 87 degrees 7 minutes east to 97 degrees 25 minutes east. Okay, here we are mentioning as east because it is completely in the eastern hemisphere. So our country lies in the northern hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. Okay, if we measure our country from between the longitudes and the latitudes, okay, see, if we see our country running from north to south, if we measure it, it is 3,214 kilometers. From north to south, it measures 3,214 kilometers. If we measure from east to west, then it is 2,933 kilometers. It has a land frontier of about 15,200 kilometers. It means if we see the land boundary of our country, it is 15,200 kilometers. And if we see the coastline of our country, the mainland and including the islands, including the coastline of the islands, then it is 7,516.6 kilometers. What are the islands which belong to our country? Lakshadweep Islands and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. We will read about them in future classes. Okay. What is the Indian Standard Time? For finding out the time of a particular place, we have to add or minus number of hours from the GMT. GMT means Greenwich Mean Time. Okay. Here, to know the Indian Standard Time, we have to add 5.5 hours to the GMT. Okay. What is the area of our country? It is 3.3 million square kilometers. Now let's see the border countries, the countries which are neighbors to India. Afghanistan and Pakistan to the northwest, China, Bhutan and Nepal to the north, Myanmar to the east and Bangladesh to the east of West Bengal. Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow channel of sea formed by Park Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. So let's see them in the map. Here in the map you can find Nepal, Bhutan and China to the north of India, Afghanistan and Pakistan to the northwest of India, Bangladesh to the east of West Bengal, Myanmar to the east of India. And here you can see an island nation Sri Lanka, which is also a neighboring nation. It is separated by Gulf of Mannar and Park Strait here. Okay. India, a union of states. Okay. India is not a single state. It is having many states. Okay. And it is a sovereign nation. It is a secular nation. It is democratic republic with a parliamentary system of government. What does these words mean? It is sovereign because the supreme power or the law of the land is in the hands of the country. It is secular because we a country doesn't support a single religion. All the religions are respected equally. It is democratic. The people who are governing us are elected by us. The people are electing the people who are governing us. Republic. It's not like one people who will be made as a minister will be continuing for the life term. For every 5 years, okay, we will be electing the new ministers. Let it be MLAs, MPs, anyone. They keep on changing. We keep on electing them. It's not like a single person will be continuing for the lifetime. Okay. And we are having a parliamentary system of government. India has 28 states and 8 union territories. Okay. Recently, we have changes in our states and union territories with regard to we have mixed some states and union territories. Changes were made in Jammu and Kashmir. We will be discussing about them when we are talking about states and union territories. Now, talking about the languages, there are 22 different languages in our country. There is no particular language considered as the national language. All the languages are given the equal importance. But Hindi is considered to be an official language. Okay? And even according to the Article 343 Clause 3, now English is allowed to be used for the official purposes. Okay? In the government offices or courts or anywhere. Now English is allowed to be used for any official purposes. Here if you see, earlier the whole state was called as Jammu and Kashmir, but now it was separated, and Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh are also now union territories, and these are the 28 states. The Constitution of India, it is the law book of the Constitution is considered as the law book. Any laws which are made in our country will be in according to the provisions of the Constitution. Nothing can be made against the provisions of the Constitutions. They have to follow the provisions of the Constitutions while making any law. Okay? When did it came into force? It came into force on 26 January 1950. So on 26 January every year we will be celebrating our Republic Day, because that is the day when our Constitution came into force. What is the Constitution of India? It is the fountain source of the legal system in the country. As I have told you, all our laws which are made will be according to the provisions of our Constitution. Now, there will be 3 main branches: executive, judiciary and legislature. Okay, if we consider the executive branch, the President of India is the head of the state. Okay, and the Prime Minister of India is the head of the government. You shouldn't get confused in these things. The head of the state is the Prime Minister is the President of India, and the head of the government is the Prime Minister of the country. Okay, the Prime Minister of the country will be running the office with the support of the Council of Ministers. These Council of Ministers will form the cabinet ministry. Okay, so when the Prime Minister have to take any decisions, he has to follow the advice of these Council of Ministers, and then only he can make any decision. Next, if you see the legislature, it will be having Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. These are the houses of parliament. Lok Sabha is also known as the House of the People, and Rajya Sabha is known as the Council of States. The Supreme Court of India, if you talk about the judiciary system in our country, Supreme Court is the apex body. It is the apex body in the Indian legal system, and after that we'll be having high courts and subordinate courts like the district courts. Okay, for every state we'll be having high courts, and in some cases even some places there might not be high court, where there were a single high court for 2 places. Okay, and even we are having district courts at many places. If you talk about the national flag, it is horizontal in shape and it is tricolor. On the top we will be finding saffron color, Kesaria. In the middle, white color, and at the bottom, dark green color. All will be of equal proportion. All the three bands are of the equal proportion. Like in the size, they will be same. And at the center of the white band, we will find a navy blue wheel. Okay. This chakra is a representation of the Ashok chakra at Sarnath. In the picture, you can see the Ashok chakra. From there only, we took this we took the blue wheel which is in the white band of our flag. Thank you.